Hi, my name is Zachary Smith. I'm a fourth-year student within the Media Arts and Technology program at School of Print Media, and I'll be giving you a tour today. Follow me. So this lab is one of 3 computer labs that we have within School of Print Media. We are primarily a computer-based school, but you don't need to bring in any laptops because we have all these different computers. All our software is up to date. We have software ranging from the Adobe Master Suite to different Microsoft Word and Excel and PowerPoint programs, to programs that are for digital asset management, for web development, web design, any sort of stuff that you might need in a creative environment. Also, we have a photo studio within the next lab next door, and we have a PC computer lab right around this corner, where if you need to do any sort of 3D modeling or any sort of web testing for something like Internet Explorer that you can't get up on a Mac computer, we have this here at your disposal as well. Next door is our student lounge, where a lot of groups will meet together to discuss club work or class work, and there's even been class presentations done back there for a more comfortable environment. This is the student lounge at the School of Print Media. This is where a lot of students will come to relax or collaborate on work. Also, off to the left is the Open Publishing Lab, which focuses on doing a lot of open publishing software and web development, which is all open source content, so it's free for anybody to take off the web and use as their own. School of Print Media also has an equipment and a scanning lab. It's twofold. The first is the scanners we have in here scan documents from anywhere from postcard size all the way up to 20 by 30 documents. We also have in the back, or in the back of me, there's an equipment cage where you can find almost any equipment that you need in our binder, which includes cameras, video game systems, iPods, iPads, any sort of tablet that you would need, any sort of equipment that you would need to actually fulfill your education here. So this is the Digital Publishing Center at the School of Print Media. This is where a lot of students will come to print projects for their class and for their own personal work. The room that you're entering right now is the customer service area. Students will come and release prints with their customer service representative, using either the computers here or any of the computers in the labs upstairs. The print will then go through the grip or the computer system into this back room where we have all the printers. And we'll go this way. So the DPC has a whole bunch of different printers in its facilities. And one of them is, one of the more impressive one is the 3D printer, which creates shapes within it using an adhesive and a powder-like substance to make pretty much 3D prints. It's used a lot by the School of Design, who have to use a special modeling software to make these prints, but it's a pretty cool outcome. And they have special technicians to actually work on that. Students are trained to work with that computer. To make regular black and white and color prints, we have printers from Canon and Xerox. Everything is donated to the School of Print Media. We don't purchase our own stuff because a lot of the stuff that's done within the school is used for testing for the industry and to see if we can break their printers, essentially. Some of the examples of their prints are also. We also have the Kodak approval press, which is a press that tests color. And you can see that it's done on a metallic sheen on a neutral gray. And it's a good way for us to figure out how color is printed on different pieces of substance. The Digital Publishing Center also has a whole bunch of different binding equipment. So they can do a perfect bind, which is just paper being glued to a spine, which is pretty much how textbooks are put together. We also have a wire rope book binder, which is a spiral bound, kind of what your 3-ring notebooks are done with, or any sort of college rule notebooks are done with. There's also a saddle stitch binder, which is how a lot of magazines are bound, so it's just the staples in the back. Behind me is the guillotine, which we have to cut paper. We don't sit here and actually cut things with scissors or with an X-Acto knife. This wonderful machine is strong enough to actually go through reams of paper and actually a block of wood. One of the pride and joys of the DPC, though, is the Roland widespread printer. What it means by widespread printer is that it's large enough to print billboard prints or movie poster prints. You can see it's a rather large printer. The nice thing about this is that this printer can also print white ink, which is rather rare for printers. It can also print UV inks, giving any print a texture, and it also does die cuts within the printer. So things like a sticker with a very special contour line can be printed. Behind me is also our traditional bookbinding lab, which students have come in here and they do bind their own books. It's more of a craft class than anything else, but it's good to know the history of bookbinding. And this is a student project where somebody created the whole book with pages inside, and now they have a book ready at their disposal. Thank you for watching this video. If you're interested in an in-person experience, you can feel free to visit the School of Print Media page at cis.rit.edu. We'd be more than happy to give you a tour and to show you around campus.